Your life may not be falling apart. Nothing dramatic is happening. No disaster, no obvious crisis, no clear reason to feel this way. But somehow, everything feels empty. You wake up, check your phone, do what you were supposed to do, and move through the day like a quiet machine. From the outside, your life may look normal. You answer messages, finish tasks, smile when needed, and act like everything is fine. But inside, something feels strangely disconnected. Not broken exactly, not destroyed, just distant from everything that used to feel alive. That is the confusing part. You're not always sad, but you're not really excited either. You are not in pain every second, but you're not fully present. Life continues, but it feels like you're watching it through glass. People often think emptiness comes from losing everything. But sometimes emptiness comes from slowly losing contact with yourself. It does not always arrive as a tragedy. Sometimes it arrives as routine, repetition, scrolling, distraction, and quiet emotional numbness. You keep doing the same things because they're easy to repeat. Wake up, phone, work, food, screen, sleep, repeat. At first, routine feels safe. But if nothing inside that routine feels meaningful, safety can slowly turn into a cage. Your brain loves comfort because comfort saves energy. But your heart does not survive on comfort alone. A life can be comfortable and still feel empty. Because comfort removes pressure, but it does not automatically create meaning. Meaning usually comes from connection. Connection to people, to effort, to curiosity, to purpose, to something that makes you feel present. But modern life gives you endless ways to disconnect. You can avoid silence, avoid boredom, avoid difficult thoughts, and avoid yourself for years. Every time you feel a small discomfort, you can reach for a screen, a video, a message, a game, a feed, anything to avoid sitting with the feeling. And the strange thing is, distraction works. It makes the emptiness quieter for a moment, but it does not fill the emptiness. It only covers it, like putting a blanket over a room you never clean. So the feeling returns later. Usually when everything gets quiet, when you are alone, or when the day ends and there is nothing left to hide behind. That is when you may ask yourself a question you do not want to answer. Is this really the life I wanted, or just the life I got used to? Most people do not become empty overnight. They become empty one ignored feeling at a time. One dream postponed. One honest conversation avoided. One risk not taken. One part of yourself silenced because it seemed easier. Maybe you stopped doing things that made you feel alive because they were not productive. Maybe you stopped creating, exploring, moving, learning, or trying. Maybe you became so focused on surviving the day that you forgot to build a life you actually want to live. And maybe the emptiness is not your enemy. Maybe it is a signal that something inside you has been ignored for too long. Not a signal that you're broken. Not a signal that your life is over. A signal that you're disconnected. Disconnected from your body because you sit still while your mind runs all day. Disconnected from people because you talk often but rarely say what is true. Disconnected from your future because you stopped imagining one that excites you. Disconnected from your present because your attention is always somewhere else. That is why buying something new does not fix it for long. A new object can give you a small spark, but not a real direction. That is why entertainment does not fix it for long. It can make time pass, but it cannot make your life feel meaningful by itself. That is why pretending everything is fine does not fix it. The part of you that feels empty does not need a better performance. It needs attention. It needs honesty. It needs one small moment where you stop running from yourself. You do not have to solve your whole life today. That idea is too heavy, and heaviness often makes people freeze. Start smaller. Ask what part of your life feels fake, what part feels dead, and what part still makes you feel even a little alive. Maybe it is a walk without your phone. Maybe it is cleaning one corner of your room. Maybe it is writing one honest sentence. Maybe it is calling someone and not pretending. Maybe it is returning to something you abandoned because you thought it was pointless. Small things matter because emptiness often grows in places where life has stopped moving. One small real action can create a crack in the numbness. Do not wait until you feel inspired. Sometimes feeling comes after movement, not before it. You may not need a completely new life. You may need to return to the parts of yourself you left behind. The curious part, the honest part, the creative part, the brave part, the part that still wants something real. Your life feels empty when you are present in your schedule, but absent from yourself. You keep showing up physically, but something deeper is missing. And the way back is not always dramatic. It is not always a huge transformation, a perfect routine, or a sudden new identity. Sometimes the way back begins with one honest question. What am I avoiding because I'm afraid it might matter? Then one honest action. One thing done not for appearance, not for distraction, not for approval, but because it connects you back to life. The emptiness may not disappear instantly, but it can become smaller when you stop treating yourself like a machine. You are not here only to consume, repeat, perform, and disappear into another day. You are allowed to want depth. You are allowed to want meaning. You are allowed to admit that nothing is wrong does not always mean everything is right. Maybe your life is not empty because it is hopeless. Maybe it feels empty because some part of you is still asking to be found. And maybe that is not the end of your story. Maybe that is the beginning of finally listening.